Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. On first down, Watson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz. Touchdown, Browns. Anthony Schwartz, 32 yards. And the Browns march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Let him know. Ready.
54. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Play action, now it's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth this salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, 46 yards. And the Dolphins respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
Man, I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Browns drive about to get started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Got an open man. It's Schwartz. Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game. But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua. That's into a crowd and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Chubb again. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
From my end.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
What is it?
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit. Maybe there's...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And there is A.Cooper, his first catch. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A.Cooper, 45 yards. And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. York now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
You already know whoever wins running it back, y'all.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Yeah.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, you don't see a ton of draws called on 1st and 10, and often with good reason, because most defenses are ready for early down runs and often stack the box to limit those gains.
Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line.
Go ahead. Nice.
Looking to pass. Tua. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. 45 yards. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. You know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
I think you were all about.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Huh?
The Browns drive about to get started as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Check 50, check 50.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. D.Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns would extend their lead here just before halftime. The York on now for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
I got a war zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. got
The
2K.
Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You had it in 2K.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Yeah.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 33. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. They run it again with Chubb. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Third and long, it's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua going for the deep ball. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Tua on 4th down. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Dolphins first down as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a one. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by John Johnson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 23. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency.
There he goes, A.Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns are an extra point away from going up by 30.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Brownsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. To throw again on second down. Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Watson off play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side. He's got the first down and more than that.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go up the middle with Chubb. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to try and go deep again. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just
touchdown. It's another touchdown pass for D.Watson, his 5th of the afternoon.
And the Browns continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Yellow, 43.
Here we go. 5-5. Touchdown.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
I already know it's going to happen
Still
sooner or
throwing
later.
here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And Watson's going to throw it here. Flush to his right.
He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Watson.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. Here's a diving catch right side. It's a gain of 34. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Watson looks to throw again. He's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Like you click on the wide receiver and then you're on him. You tell you tough catch, aggressive catch, but that's trying.
One final try for Tagovailoa. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.